Denali paddled the sealskin boat toward the frozen shore. Choppy waves slapped the sides of the boat, and dark clouds crowded the sky. An Arctic wind whipped tiny ice particles into his face. A storm was on its way, and Denali knew he had to get off the water. Only a few dragonfish flopped about in the net at the bottom of the boat next to his fishing spear. The dragonfish's tails and wing fins were stumpy and deformed, and none of the catch were big enough to feed even his own family, let alone share with the tribe as custom required. Denali scanned the faces of the fishermen who had come to shore before him, but could tell from their pinched looks that their catches had been the same. A group of seal hunters approached the camp from the far side empty-handed. The fluffy dogs followed at their heels. Denali's father, Kumar, led the seal hunters. If there had been any seals anywhere within a week's walk, Kumar would have found and killed them. Denali came to shore and secured the boat. He carried the fish into camp, past the thick hide tents that made up his people's homes. In the center of camp, they'd constructed an ice house for storing the tribe's food. Denali climbed the ice steps to the top and dropped the fish inside. Atka, the best fisherman in the tribe and the man who had taught Denali to fish, climbed up onto the ice house. He carried 2 sea serpents. Their frosty white scales glinted in the Great North's perpetual half-light, but Denali had never seen sea serpents that small. Atka had once brought a whale to shore that could have swallowed the whole village. The Tuniits had feasted on its blubber for almost a year. Atka's face wrinkled in disgust as he dropped the stunted serpents into the ice house. "I don't know, Denali," he said. "We must have offended the sea spirit somehow. Almost all the fish and animals have gone. Those that remain are, well, like that." He gestured toward the hole. "We're going to starve to death, aren't we?" Denali said. Atka stared out across the frozen land. "No. We won't starve. We'll move. We'll search until we find what we need to survive. We've already moved the camp a dozen times this season. Every place we go hunting and fishing is worse." Denali's stomach rumbled with hunger. Kumar stopped in the center of camp. The dogs found no sea lions or seal holes. "We'll have to move," he shouted. He needn't have bothered. People were already starting to dismantle the tents despite the dark storm clouds overhead. Denali climbed down to stand beside his father. Other members of the tribe also gathered around Kumar. "We've hunted everywhere already," Kapik said. He was the oldest member of the tribe. Many of his great-grandchildren were Denali's age. He was as wrinkled and tough as hardened leather. Kumar ran his fingers through his frozen beard, tugging off the ice crystals that had formed there. "I think we'd better go to Ilulissat. I know that the food the Southerners bring in their big boats won't make our people strong like seal meat, but it might keep us alive until the animals return. We have some seal skins we could give in trade for the food." Kartik, who had been Kumar's rival for the love of Denali's mother, spit on the ground at Kumar's feet. "You are still a Southerner at heart. Of course you would suggest we go to Ilulissat. But they will not help us. They think we are no more than animals ourselves." Angry mutters broke out. Soon shouting followed, until Kapik let out a shrill whistle. Everyone fell silent. "For the sake of the children, we will go to Ilulissat," Kapik said. "No more arguing. We are all hungry and tired, but we should move now before the storm arrives." The members of the tribe went back to packing, securing everything in the boats or on the sleds and harnessing the dogs for travel. Kartik remained behind, glaring at Kumar. "It's you. It's your fault. We should never have let you join us. The sea spirit is angry and punishes us because of your presence." "That's not true." Denali kicked the butt of Kartik's spear, sending the weapon spiraling out of his hand. Kartik grabbed the front of Denali's jacket, lifted him into the air, and shook him. Kumar pressed the head of his spear against Kartik. "Put my son down." Kartik dropped Denali and walked away. An angry heat burned Denali's chest and face. "Why do you let him talk like that?" he asked Kumar. "He could turn the whole tribe against us." Kumar snorted. "Nobody listens to Kartik, but you'd better stay away from him. Come on, we've got to go help your mother pack. The tribe will divide the fish up when we're ready to go." "What's that?" Atka said, racing up the steps to the top of the ice house and looking to the horizon beyond the camp. "Kumar, I think you should come see this." "What?" Kumar bounded up the ice house steps. Denali followed. Atka pointed out across the ice. Denali squinted but couldn't see anything other than snow blowing across the ice ahead of the coming storm. Kumar's hand tightened on the haft of his spear. "It can't be. I've spent 12 years hunting for a great white dragon and found no trace. I think perhaps it is," Atka said. "And it's coming toward camp." A column of snow condensed and spun along the ground in the distance. "Is that a dragon?" Denali asked. It was said that anyone who caught sight of a great white dragon would be blessed for the rest of their life. Kumar sucked in a sharp breath. Even if it is a great white, it wouldn't come near us. They're too reclusive to bother the camp. But as he spoke, the swirl of frosty white sped closer. Akka grabbed Kumar's arm. The dragons live on sea lions and seal meat the same as we do. We haven't found any all season. Only the fish have kept us alive. Kumar grimaced. White dragons don't fish. Their wings are too fragile to dive below the surface. Right, Akka nodded. The only thing available for the great white to eat right now is us. The swirl of snow stopped within range of the camp and burst apart, revealing a great white dragon. Ice crystal patterns clung to its translucent wings as it spread them wide and reared up on its hind legs. It opened its jaws, revealing sharp icicle-shaped teeth. It roared, and the ground shook. Cover your eyes. Kumar twisted Denali to face away from the great white dragon, blocking his sight a split second before a bright flash lit the air. Akka let out a sharp cry. The light vanished. Denali blinked, trying to clear his vision after the blinding flash. Water streamed from Akka's open eyes and froze to ice on his cheeks. I can't see, Akka said. The light has blinded him, Kumar said in a thick voice. Denali, help him down. Get your mother in the boat and leave. Don't look back. Kumar's words sent icicles through Denali's heart. What about you? I'll follow with the dogs and sled. Meet you at Alulasad. Now go. He nudged Denali toward Akka. Behind him, Denali heard the crunch of the ice as the great white dragon advanced on the camp. Cries of fear rose up from the tribe as people rushed to their boats or urged their dogs to pull their sleds away at full speed. Denali led Akka from the ice house to the boats. The crystal. So beautiful, Akka mumbled. So bright. Like a star plucked from the sky and placed in the dragon's forehead. They blind their prey before attacking, Kumar called. Nobody looked directly at it. Just get out of here, everyone. Go quickly. I'll keep its attention on me. Denali guided Akka over to his boat. Akka's wife and sons were already aboard with all their possessions. They helped him into the boat and shoved away from shore. Denali helped Eska, his mother, down into the boat. Denali, come on, get in, Eska said. Hurry. Denali pushed the boat off from shore. A roar like the sound of a glacier splitting off into the water made his ears ring. He glanced back and saw his father still on top of the ice house, waving his spear, and taunting the great white dragon to buy time for the tribe to get away. The great white towered above the ice house, so Kumar stood barely as high as its chest. At the last moment before the dragon reached him, Kumar threw his seal spear, but the great white dragon flapped its wings, creating a gust of wind that sent the spear spinning away harmlessly. No! Denali shouted and rushed back to help his father. He couldn't let his father face the great white dragon alone. The crystal in the dragon's forehead glistened with amazing beauty, catching Denali's eye and dragging his gaze up to stare at it. Kumar half turned away from the attacking monster. Denali remembered his father's warning at the last second. It took all his will to tear his eyes away from the beauty of the dragonstone before the blinding white flash split the sky. The sound of ice crunching and scraping followed the flash. Denali looked back and saw that the great white had torn the front off the ice house. The tribe's pathetic catch slid out at the dragon's feet. Altogether it would hardly be more than a mouthful for the great white. The dragon filled the air with another ice-rending roar, fixed its hungry eyes on Kumar, and sucked in an icy breath. Denali whistled and waved his fishing spear to get the dragon's attention the way his father had done. The great white dropped its gaze to Denali and shook its head as if it couldn't believe such a small boy would fight it. That's right, look at me, you monster. I'm not afraid to fight you, Denali screamed. At the same time he threw the spear. Not at the dragon, but up to his father. Kumar caught it, raced forward, and leapt off the ice house at the dragon.